At the moment, my home country, the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, is going through some very difficult times and has a lot of issues to work through. I don't want to get political about this, but I think it's fair to say that the current government isn't handling things very well at all. And while there are a lot more important things to think about, I want to talk about just one thing. The railways. Most British people watching this video will probably be aware of the terrible state of the British railways. Overpriced tickets, overcrowded trains, constant delays, and the dreaded rail replacement buses. What may surprise them though is that Germans have exactly the same complaints about German trains. For lots of complicated reasons, it's impossible to directly compare the statistics. But having pored over them myself, my conclusion is that German trains really are a bit better than British trains. To be fair, many of the problems that German trains have are really down to the complexity of the system. There are so many lines and so many services that a single delay somewhere can cascade through the whole system and mess up the timetable for a whole region. But where Germany really does seem to outperform Britain by miles is the density of the network and the number of services available. And here I think Britain really could learn a thing or two from Germany. For example, while the British government is still arguing over the need for a second high-speed rail line and not getting anywhere because local residents don't want any massive tunnels built anywhere near their properties, thank you very much, Germany is going ahead and building them everywhere. The latest one has just been completed and will open to passenger traffic in December. It links Erfurt with Bamberg and it will shave something like 2 hours off the journey time from Berlin to Munich. Contrary to some propaganda that circulated in Britain last year, the German rail system was actually denationalised in 1996. It's just that Deutsche Bahn has a near monopoly on long-distance travel because other operators found themselves unable to compete. And yes, I did get a bit political there, but I felt it necessary to set the record straight. But what Germans are slowly coming to realise is that different rail operators don't need to compete with each other. The rail system as a whole competes with the airlines, coach operators and private cars. By building dedicated high-speed lines, you also free up existing lines to take more local and freight traffic. Now, doing this requires a lot of engineering work and there's no avoiding that. It also means that if you come to Germany, you will have to learn the German word for rail replacement bus, because there really are a lot of them everywhere. To all those in both Germany and Britain complaining about the rail replacement buses, they are a sign that things are getting done. Oh, and the other thing Germany has? Branch lines. In Britain, many of them were closed down in the 60s and 70s because the government was trying to save money by getting rid of all the loss-making lines. But these loss-making branch lines fed passengers to the main lines. Closing them down just meant that many people bought cars instead. In Germany, yes, some branch lines were closed, but most still operate today, and you are seldom far from a station. So Britain, if you want to fix the railways, you can nationalise them if you want, but don't think that's going to solve the problem. You're going to have to spend the next 20 years building high-speed lines everywhere and rebuilding all the branch lines, and then making sure that the whole system is properly regulated. And if you're now thinking, but that will spoil the beautiful British countryside with bridges and viaducts, and it will cost the economy billions. That is why Britain will never be able to fix the railways. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to send me a postcard, here's the address. And don't forget to visit my website and follow me on Twitter and Facebook. Also, if you'd like access to special bonus content and help with the costs of running this channel, please consider making a small monthly donation on Patreon.